record it, and then I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So don't worry, I'm not like taking over your computer. It's just me sharing my screen, and that way you guys can see the presentation that I have for you. So hold on one second for me. There we go. All right. So what we're going to talk about in this meeting is One Act. So One Act is it's a competition. Most people don't know what it is, and so that's kind of where we're going to start. It's a GHSA competition, which is the Georgia High School Association. It's where students present all aspects of a short production. So they have 55 minutes to set up, perform, and break down a play or a musical. It is a really amazing competition. There are some fantastic one acts that end up happening. There's also multiple levels where we can take the one act. So once we have the competition itself, there's also the Thespian Society, and you perform your one act at the Thespian Society, and that actually can get you renowned not just in the state of Georgia, but across the country. So one act is kind of the jumping off point for everything else, which is pretty fantastic. Our audition process that we're going to go through is we will have 3 choices for auditions. You can choose Thursday, August 13th from 4 to 7. That's an in-person audition. Friday, August 14th from 1 to 4. That's again an in-person audition. Or Saturday, August 15th from 10 to 2, and this is Zoom only. Other than Saturday, all auditions will be held at the Westside Auditorium. If you don't know where the Westside Auditorium is because you're a new student, you go around to the back of the school. There is an entrance there, or you can go through the front door and we'll have signs. So either way, we'll get you there, but that's where the auditions are going to take place. What will happen is once you sign up for your audition, you will tell me the preference of which day and time you would prefer to audition. I will send you an email with your official audition time. That way we kind of know when everybody's coming. Okay. For your audition, we are asking that you're going to choose a monologue. This monologue is in a packet. I'm going to show you guys where to find the packet, but there's a monologue. There's a variety of monologues in there that you can actually choose from. You will need to perform your monologue memorized. I would greatly encourage that. You do have a little over a week to get it memorized, to kind of get it going. If it's not completely memorized, if it's not completely word for word, I'm not going to freak out on you, but I would like for you to make some choices. Some of these monologues are comedic in nature. Some of them are dramatic in nature. I want you to kind of think about what you're saying and make some choices in regarding those things. And that's kind of the purpose of auditioning, is so that we can see you make choices as an actor. So the audition process is relatively simple, and if we have a lot of people audition, which I'm hoping, then we can move on from there. Some things that we need to kind of remember is that when we're auditioning, we are going to follow the COVID-19 precautions. We do have precautions in place for that. If you are in person, you need to stay in your car until your appointed time. We will have like a little bit of a buffer time so that we can sanitize and kind of, make sure things are all in order before you come in there. Don't arrive early and expect to go into the building. You're going to come in at your audition time. Also, we are requiring you to wear a mask when you come into the building. When you go up on the stage, which is in the auditorium, you're allowed to take off your mask in order to audition, because we definitely want to see your face and see your reactions and all of those things. So definitely, you can take off your mask, and then as soon as you're done with your monologue, you put it back on. And if we have any questions, then you can go from there. But we do ask that you have a mask on when you come in, and that you don't loiter after your audition is done. So when you're done, we expect you to go on out and go on home and enjoy your time. But we ask that if you see your best friend, that you wave from a distance, and then you guys kind of go. So definitely no loitering outside. Also, if you feel like you are getting sick or have any symptoms that are reminiscent of COVID or anything like that, please do not come to the audition. Stay at home. Send me an email, and then we will definitely figure out a way to get you auditioned. So that is not a problem at all. We would prefer you to come to your audition healthy and not with any type of symptoms. Okay. We will have wellness checks and things like that too. So just kind of be prepared. That's this kind of the world that we're living in right now. For your auditions, you will be sent a link. That's why in the questionnaire that I'm going to guide you to later, you will have an email address in there. That's because I'm going to send you a link if you decide to do a Zoom audition. It'll also be at your appointed time. We do have a waiting room. And so if you join early, I'll let you in when the other person has left the room. So that'll kind of be what we do for Zoom. Again, I want to see some dramatic choices. You need to have your video on. You need to be in an area that's quiet, and you need to be like going for it. Okay. So that's the Zoom audition process. After the audition, what's going to happen? Well, if we have a variety of people that audition, and if we have a bigger number, then we will possibly have callbacks. They more than likely will be done virtually, if that's the case. If they are not necessary, or if we have the completed cast list, then that will be posted on social media, and also it'll be put on the front doors of the school, so you can, and we'll make sure we post that and say, hey, come see if you made the cast. And so that'll be on there for you, which will be really good. All right, so the play itself, we are going to perform a play. It's called Sorry, Wrong Number. It's a suspenseful play. It's very, very, I really love it. It's got a great story to it. It's a classic story, one that people know, but we're going to kind of put our spin on it. It will have a very strong female lead. So if you are thinking that you might want to have that part, and that's maybe something you want to bring to the front whenever you put in, you do your audition and your monologue. We'll also have 5 male roles and 4 female roles. A couple of the roles are gender neutral, so we can kind of go either way with that. There's a couple of roles that may have more than one person in there, so we'll just kind of go with what we have. We will need stage crew, so if you're looking at possibly not wanting to act but wanting to do the stage crew, we will need at least 4 people to help be on the wings, to bring things in and to kind of help with the setup of everything so our actors can focus on acting. So that's kind of what we need at this point. It's a very small play. The thing I love about this is that it is very conducive to a, I guess, what we would call a social distancing play, because there's not a whole lot of physical interaction between the actors. It's a lot of conversation, but it's through telephones. So that means that there's not going to be really a whole lot of physical interactions, which is great. It's really helpful for the situation we're in. So if you're wanting to do this and you maybe made the choice to stay at home and not come to school in person, when you do come in for rehearsals, because you will have to come in for blocking, which is where we position you on the stage, you won't really have to interact a whole lot physically. So that actually would be really, really helpful. And I know that'll kind of help with the social distancing of everything. So it was really a great choice that presented itself, that where we can still adhere to all these guidelines. So there are some requirements, because technically this is with GHSA. We are a part of what we would call the athletic umbrella. You are considered a Westside athlete if you are chosen to be in the One Act. There are required documentation, documents that must be signed. That's only if you're in the cast or the crew. This is including a physical and the concussion form. So there's going to be a variety of things that you have to sign. This is for your protection. This is for your safety. People fall off stages. Things happen. There is definitely a risk for danger. And so we want to make sure that we are covered and that you guys we're meeting all expectations. So those forms will be given to you if you are chosen as either a cast member or a crew member. And they will have to be returned before our first read through. So that's kind of the expectation at this point. the other expectations, we do have a wonderful booster club, and we want to make sure that we, as part of the athletic realm, are participating in boosters. So there will be a booster form where we're asking and requiring your parents and you to join the booster club to help support all of our sports at Westside. That's a very important thing. They help support us as a one act group, and as later on for literary, which is another part of the GHSA competitions. So we're asking that our parents and our students support the booster club. So there's going to be a good bit that we're going to talk about, but we will also have a cast meeting once the cast and the crew are set. So how to sign up. So this is, like I said, this was going to be a really, really short presentation, but how to sign up. You can actually scan this QR code with your phone. If you have an iPhone, you can just open up a picture, like to take a photo, and hover it over the QR code, and it'll open up a little thing at the top where you can click it. This is a form. It just has basic information. It's where you're going to choose your date and time. It's where you're gonna, let me know how to contact you, and it's gonna have just some information in there. So you can scan it right now and fill out the form, or you can go to the Westside website. There is like a banner going across the top that talks about auditions. If you click on that banner where it says learn more, it'll take you to my website as a teacher. On there, there's going to be a link for the form. You can read that. It'll say click here. There's also going to be the audition packets. So packets are available on my website already. Like, it's live now. It was done before this meeting was held. There's also printed auditions at the Westside office. So if you would like to go to Westside and grab a packet, you're more than welcome to do that as well. On the packet is the QR code for the form that has to be filled out. You're not allowed to, I don't know if you're auditioning if you don't fill out the form, and it's not going to be one of those first come first serve, or come stand in line. That's not happening. So if you don't fill out the form, you can't audition. So it's a really simple form. You should be fine. But you can grab a packet with the monologues in it, either from the school. You can get it on my website, or whenever I get your email address, I will send you not only the date and time of your audition, but I will also send you the packet. So you're going to be able to get it 3 different ways. If you know that you're going to audition, I would go ahead and start looking at it now and start working on which monologue I want to use, and go ahead and start memorizing. So all of these things are available to you. It's pretty simple, and I really hope that I know we have at least one community member in here right now. I'm really hoping that you share. This is not scary. It's just like a play, but it's a mini play, and it's just something, it's 55 minutes. That's from setting up, which may take 10 minutes, to performing, which may only be 20 minutes. I mean, a normal play is about 3 hours. So we're looking at maybe 20, 25 minutes, at the most 30 minutes of performing. And then the rest of it is just setup and takedown. It's a very student-centered activity, which is why we get to go to competition. This is something that we have Davidson and Richmond County. We have other schools in other counties that participate in this, and it's a big deal. It goes to state competitions. If you win the region, if you win your region, then you go to state and you compete. And that is that's a really big deal for this, and it's something that can bring great, I don't know, it makes you happy. So I would really definitely look into sharing this with your classmates, sharing it with other people, that this is an opportunity. This video will be posted on our social media and all of that. I'll have the video posted on my website as well, just if people missed it, then they can get it. But there are so many great things that are happening with this. I really think you guys are going to do a great job. I see we have another student that's entering. So this is pretty much it. It's mainly just we want you guys to fill out the form, get ready for those auditions, and make sure that you're auditioning and you're ready to go. Share it with your friends. We are offering drama classes, so definitely when you do get an opportunity to look at your schedule, see if you're in the drama class. And we just have so many opportunities that are opening up at Westside. So I just want to thank you guys for jump-starting our drama program. This is a way to kind of bring us into the drama world, and just to have a great time with it, and just to kind of make Westside the best side. So that's kind of where we are. But if you guys have any questions, I'm going to open up the chat. So I'm going to stop stealing your screen. And I know Taysir, you just got in here, so if you have any questions, I'm gonna let you guys chat, or I'm gonna let you guys open. So you can send a message in the chat if you have a question, if there's something I didn't cover, and I'll be glad to answer those questions. I know some people were late, and that's okay. This has been recorded, or it is recorded, and so I will post it so you can get some more information. So any questions before I end the meeting? Anything? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I want to thank you guys for joining us. And if you have any questions, you can always email me. My email is on my website. If you go to the Westside homepage and click on, I think it's staff, you can find my name. It's Akins, Akins. And then when you click on my name, you'll see on the left side, you'll see American Lit and British Lit, but you'll also see One Act and Literary. If you click on that, you'll be able to see all of the information that I just gave you. Also, if you go to the main page where my picture is, you'll see my email address. Please feel free to email me, ask me questions, reach out, because I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Okay? So thank you so much for participating.